My dearest Rusilka, I am writing to let you know Arbogazar is okay. He has traveled through a magical portal to be with his brother, and we will likely never see him again. But good for him. I have been swept away by some new friends on an adventure, and like Arbogazar, I will likely never be back to Waldsby. I will miss you and the loving energy you bring to everything. Oh, but you will guess what? One of my new friends used to be an Oparin gun for hire, you know? And he is keeping me beautiful, even though you're not here. He is so talented. Oh, but he died, though. I forgot. Fell into a pool of acid. These Pale Tower guards have been merciless, I tell you. We make camp one night near Pool of Acid. Okay, fine, no big deal. But, middle of night, Pale Tower guards sneak down. They put up sign, public swimming every day, 6 to 9. Valdeen, he is the man whore. He is first to wake and just boop, right into acid. Of course, after that, no one tried to go swimming. No one else tried to go swimming. Kappa and the boys came with us as well. They wanted to try and get Thora back from Najena. Came all the way to Pale Tower, just so Pale Tower could be like, oh, but she died though. We have put her soul into a chicken hut. I can't stop thinking about how hard for Kappa as a parent that must be to know, like, it's such a horrible fate for your child to even have to think. Oh, but she died though. I forgot, she exploded. Those crafty Pale Tower guards again, they take a stick of explosive, like, dynamite, and they use arts and craft skills to make dynamite seem like a cute puppy dog. They do, like, some white fur and some Google eyes and, like, bing, bang, boom. And you know how much Kappa loves dogs. Well, she goes right over, oh, you poor thing, your tail seems to be getting shorter, and it is hissing as well. I will come investigate and assist, and then, boom. Fake dog, real death. Those poor boys. Orm and Mioli, oh my god. First father dies by troll, then mother is exploded by puppy. I cannot imagine how hard for little rat folk, orphans in Irison trying to make their way to survive. I mean, such harsh lands. Oh, but they died though too. The guards left a trail of little candies that Orm followed. He did not realize that they led to a basket of a catapult. And then once he was in, just floop, into a bullseye. They painted bullseye on side of mountain. Like, how much time did they spend to set this up, right? And then they dropped an anvil on Mioli. There was one other rat folk named Marge who was with us, but she happened to be standing on one side of a teeter-totter or like a seesaw. The guards hiding above tossed a giant rock onto the other side. The rock was so big. Marge flies like straight up into the air with a whistling sound like... I do not think she has come down yet. The only other person with us was a witch named Vasilisa. At first I thought she was just pretending to be a white witch, but turns out she is a real white witch who is very good at pretending to be very bad at pretending to be white witch, which I must give her clever points for. Oh, but she died though. She tried to overthrow Najena and it did not go well. Well, I do not want to be too long. Poor magical messenger bird will be mad. My note is so big. Oh no, I think I heard more guards coming. I bet I was mumbling as I write. I do that sometimes without realizing. Oh no, they see me. They have a giant-sized slingshot they wish to load me into. Fly, magic bird, fly! Love, Bolka.
So
you have problems.
So I smoked some weed last night. And I'm not sure it's worn off yet.
No, you heard.
Because what I heard
right.
doesn't make any I heard right?
You heard right.
Okay. Cool. Definitely still high then.
We're definitely all very dead. Well, maybe not Marge. She's still up there.
Hasn't come down she hasn't come back yet.
I was just sitting here and I'm like, yeah, wait, I don't remember this.
Vat of acid?
Yeah. It took me too long to catch on to what you were doing. It's fucking great.
Well, he had he was planning on writing the note, and before he actually wrote the note, everyone was talking about like, oh, fake IDs and passports. And should I pretend to be dead? Maybe I should pretend to be dead. And he's like, yeah, maybe. So as he's writing the note, he's like, maybe I should just kill everybody off for our own safety. But Arbogazer's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
Arbogazer's fine.
That's fucking wonderful.
Arbogazar is fine and way far away from Mirison, so
no need trying to send people
to kill
after
him off.
Exactly.
Oh God.
So last time, you guys finally set off to the wonderful capital city of White Throne.
Mm-hmm. Capital City.
You know it's going to take you guys about 9 days, and I have taken the honor of plotting it out on the local area map.
Oh, nice.
So
now you chose stark red and blue. It looks like a political map.
Is that
almost.
like each day?
Yep.
Perfect.
Each day is a line. You guys are going to be covering just over 12 miles a day going through the snow. So, like, towards the end of day one here, you guys have walked out of the kind of thick forested wood of the Horwood Forest, and you guys are kind of going along on the plains, the rolling hills. It's a lot
call
more.
it a tundra.
Tundra, there we go. Good.
Nice.
Along the tundra. And you see some birds here and there, and then dun dun dun, turns out they're bad birds. Ooh.
Damn birds.
And they
should have killed them when we saw them the first time.
Yeah, and you guys see like
I should have just burning hands and ate it in the tower. It's my fault.
These might be different birds, though. We don't know.
they could be different birds.
There's raven swarms everywhere.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I really like that on the Galarian map, particularly in this book. They're like, hey, here's what Irison looks like. Oh, just kidding. Here's what Irison would look like if it wasn't covered in ice and snow. Like, look at all the green.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys, but I blacked out for a couple hours there.
Whoa. What
I remember
happened?
sitting down and we were getting ready to play, and that was at like 11.
Yeah,
something
something
happened.
like
It's 1 now.
What happened?
I don't know.
We
I
better
think-
roll
I think
for
it was the
initiative.
I think we broke a lot of rules. And as punishment,
We lost that time.
we lost that time. And for some reason, we don't have that recorded anymore.
Not for anyone.
Unless you give
Not
us
for-
$10 a month.
Unless you give us
Maybe.
$10 a month. And then you could probably find it in our Patreon bonus content for our periodic table of content, because I fucked up swarm rules so hard.
I think that could easily be we.
Everyone
we,
fucks
yeah.
up swarm rules so hard, and we kept referring to the document and reading it, and then something else would come up and we'd be like, wait a minute, nope, that's wrong too. Remember that thing we did 3 turns
Let's just say,
ago?
if this was an SAT reading comprehension test, we would have all had really bad scores.
Yeah.
So, knowing that, and the combat would have played out completely differently, we decided to do a hard reset.
As long as we're being completely honest and telling everyone that we did that, we should also tell them, like, it was kind of a cakewalk for the PCs. Like,
Yeah,
they were
it
just
was.
walking through it,
It
and
was.
it
We
should not
broke
have been
the
that
rules
easy.
in a way that made it too easy, which
Yes,
is why we're redoing
exactly.
it. If we broke
Yep.
the rules in a way that was challenging,
We would've
that's
left
different.
it. That's fine.
But then I discovered from James and Elizabeth that people that run other TTRPG shows actually do this, where they regularly, routinely, like, replay and redo things, and that just blows my mind, because I feel really weird about doing it even once.
It's fairly common.
Is it? Okay, I didn't know that either.
weird.
So we're
they-
uncommon, and hopefully you all think we're uncommonly cool.
Wow! Oh, look! Hatch rolled a 24, and Gary got a 21, and the Swarms got 20 and 17, and Vasilisa got 16, Ghost got 12, and Valdeen got 11, and Kappa got 9, Vix got 7, Bolka got 5.
No, let's just sit in this moment
no
and
lie.
remember how Bolka got 5.
Bolka got 5.
Bolka got 5.
Bolka got 5.
You must have ruled.
Wait, it's Bolka number 5.
Bolka number 5, yes. A little bit of Valdeen in my sight.
Oh, no.
I do also want to, because I said this before in the time that never happened, and this will probably come up. I apologize in advance if anything really terrible happens to Gary because he can't roll well.
That's right.
That's partially my fault.
What did you do, Vasilisa? This has to do with your cards, doesn't it?
It's always the cards. It's always the cards.
Tried to warn you.
So,
Back to cards.
all of my companions were all, no, we don't want you to cast Harrowing on us. We already had our Harrow reading. We're done with the cards. We don't trust that shit.
Right.
And Vasilisa was like, well,
Oh, Gary.
sad, because I already prepared my spells for the day, and I know that Harrow readings are super incredibly awesome, so I prepared Harrowing twice. So, I offered a very powerful horror reading to
An
our
NPC.
NPCs, Kappa and Gary. Gary's reading did not go as well as Kappa's. Kappa has nothing but bonuses.
Nice.
Gary has bonuses, but he has 2 penalties that are going to last for the full duration of the spell,
7
which
days.
is either until he gets to Elsprin or 7 days, whichever
Oh,
comes
no.
first. Basically, if one of the cards in your 9-card spread for the Harrowing spell is the opposite of your actual character alignment, then instead of a one-time use bonus, you get a continual penalty.
And you wonder why we didn't want it.
2 cards, unfortunately for Gary, were chaotic neutral, which is the opposite of his lawful neutral alignment, which means that he has 2 different temporarily permanent continual negatives.
Temporarily permanent.
Look, sometimes the cards tell you bad things and sometimes good things, and in this case, Gary is having a spot of bad luck.
So these 2 swarms of ravens break out of the wood about 80 feet away. And as everybody knows, swarms of ravens are a large footprint that consists of about 1,000 ravens, which is something we all know.
Because they're
crazy.
flying.
Because
And
they're flying.
terrifying.
And you can't crit on them, and there's no such thing as single target spells against them, but area of effect spells deal 50% more damage.
Nice.
Gotta get all those birds at once.
So we
And
know
those are definitely all things we fucked up on.
So we know that a group of
Ravens is called
A group of
unkindness.
crows is a murder of crows.
a murder of crows,
A
but
group
ravens
of
are
ravens.
They're called an unkindness of ravens.
And we got that right the first time.
Yeah.
So
unkindness
Because
of
Who's
ravens.
winning
David
now?
knows how to use the internet.
Woo!
Google Foo is strong.
and if
job,
we
David.
did, we would have known the rules about swarms. Okay.
Moving
So
on.
One other thing about swarms do not threaten.
swarms do not.
Just as a side.
Oh, so
as
we
for
feel
the-
safe.
Yeah. You guys feel
They do distract us,
we can
though.
move around as
I don't
much
feel
as
threatened.
we need
They're
to.
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
distracting, so I need them to not be on me when I try to cast spells at
That's
them,
good.
please.
That's the thing.
So just stay away. Stay away.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Round 1 of combat. First up, we have Hatch, who once again, I mean, for the first time, goes, uh-oh, that doesn't look good. And then we have Gary, who goes, oh, shit. And he pulls out a sword with his left hand, because his right hand is all fucked up. And then we have the swarms. And the 2 swarms of 1,000 ravens each burst from the tree line and fly forward with a double movement 80 feet. So they are a mere 5 feet away from the closest adventurers.
Not good, not
Oof.
good, not good. That's a very dense pack of ravens. That's terrifying. Can you imagine?
In real life, that would be terrifying.
Picture ravens.
It's like that.
Big,
That's like
scary,
They're
terrifying
big.
black birds.
It's like a 10-foot square.
Now
right there.
imagine 2,000 ravens swooping in on you all at once.
I mean, who's
The
seen the movie
sound.
Birds,
And
right?
ravens
Too.
are like they're not technically small. They're technically tiny, but they're still big for birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
uncomfortable.
They're bird-sized
Uncomfortably
birds.
big.
if anyone here has not seen a raven,
I have.
please Google ravens.
They have them up north.
Appreciate the pictures
In
of how frickin' horrifying this is.
And if you haven't seen the movie Birds, this is a
And they're
callback to that
super
movie.
Smart
Oh
too.
God.
Terrible movie, but classic.
Classic.
Gives you
horror.
nightmares.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what about to happen.
Vasilisa.
Vasilisa.
Round 1, your turn. Hatch, Gary, and both the swarms have gone. Combat is ensuing.
Okay.
Or
You know what?
did I make a change and now the ravens just want to give you kisses?
That's
I
what
think-
I'm. Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
think
thinking.
where the ravens are, I feel like Vasilisa is going to move to be extra sure that no one else is in her cone of fire.
Smart.
And then she is going to burning hands these bitches.
do it.
Do you want to do the ones closest to you or the ones that are by the children?
To the ones by the children,
I-
because I'm
Don't let him manipulate you
care
like that.
about
That was blatant
kids.
manipulation.
I am just pointing out that the ones next to the children are next to the children.
I care about kids. I'm a good, well, not technically, I'm a neutral, but I'm a good person. Okay, here we go. Burning hands. I need a reflex save from these ravens.
Which is probably pretty good.
Oh, yeah, they pass.
Well, half damage, which means full
Full
damage
damage.
because they're a swarm.
Area of effect.
16 points of fire damage.
Nice.
You know, that's pretty fucking good.
Oh, you want to watch me, Najena? Watch this, bitch! And fire. Because she's assuming that these are the eyes of the witch, obviously. I think that Zach's fire sound effects will be
Much better
on
than
par.
that. Much better than that.
Normally, if James does it, I leave that.
No, yeah.
Well, it saves me extra work.
Okay, Marge and Ghost, you guys are up next.
Heck yeah. Marge and Ghost will move up to the swarm closest, which is not the swarm next to the kids, because she's up front. And she's going to try and swipe... Oh, you know what? No, she's going to use her shield and try and do a shield bash and hit as many of them as she can.
Smart,
Ooh.
because slashing and piercing weapons only do half damage.
But
a
bludgeoning-
shield.
Yep.
And then Ghost will try to bite and see if he can grab one. Just,
Okay.
Heck of it. Nat 20!
All
Too bad you
right.
can't crit, but damn, you hit hard.
So that's a 29 to hit.
Smush them with your sword. I mean, shield.
That is 5 points of damage.
Hey.
Okay.
Bludgeoning. And then Ghost will attempt a bite.
All right.
It's a nat 1!
All right, Ghost misses.
The ravens are just flying around, and Ghost is like, trying.
Just like snapping jaws.
I like that James's sound effects for Ghost are so much better than ours.
And that's my turn.
That's a good
Valdeen,
turn.
I would like to do a perception check.
do it.
I want to see what's around us that's not these birds.
See, what
else?
did you get last time? 14,
I'm rolling.
right?
I'm rolling dice.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be...
go ahead. Roll me some dice.
I got a 27.
That's great. You just all you see is birds. There's just a shit ton of birds. You look around, you do not see any other threats or anything of interest. Just birds and the massive amounts of shit that are falling from the sky. Because as we all know, when something dies, it vacates its bowels.
So as birds fall, they poop.
Blackbirds shitting on a snowy day.
You know, I looked up enough
You
things
can't
about
even tell.
swarms.
It's
I'm
all
not looking up
white.
things about birds. I'm just
Take these
assuming.
broken wings and void my bowels.
So Marge hits a bunch of birds with her shield and they all just...
Why not?
In more than one way.
Sure. I don't care.
Feathers
Why
everywhere.
not?
This
bird
is a
shit
fantasy
everywhere.
setting.
Blood, shit, feathers just everywhere.
Blood, shit, and feathers.
I changed
There's
my
our episode
mind. I
title.
changed my mind. James, I
Yeah.
want to undo my perception check. I don't want to know any of that.
Oh shit. Well, can't take that one back.
Okay, fine. All right.
What are you going to do now?
It's kind of like reading the horror cards, like rolling perception
Right?
checks. Like, do you
Oh,
really
but
want to know?
why did I do that?
I want
Okay.
to know the horrible truth.
Well, there is a swarm in front of me that I will attempt to put some bullets in.
Pretty sure they're immune to
I
guns.
hope it does something, so I'm going to attack it. My weapon damage is bludgeoning and piercing,
The
and
bludgeoning part.
it is based on the size of the swarm. Should hit them. So let's
hope so.
roll to attack and see what happens.
Yeah. Give me a attack versus touch.
Okay.
We're tiny, not diminutive, so we have hope.
Let's roll this. Let's roll this damage. How about 22?
22 will definitely hit this one.
12 damage.
12 damage, and it is bludgeoning.
Yes.
So
the same one that Marge hit is what I'm hitting.
Yes. Okay.
It's because it's bludgeoning to make more poop come out.
Yep. A lot more poop. A lot more poop.
The higher
Less
the damage, the
Valdeen
more
says,
the poop.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yes.
That was a lot better zinger than the last one you gave us.
What last one, James?
Nothing. Next up is going to be Kappa. Kappa is going to, of course, tell the boys
Be good.
to move back and hide.
Behind the
Get
donkey.
out of the way.
Under their
Hide
sled,
behind the
maybe.
donkey.
They're riding a sled,
Oh,
right?
that's true. They could flip the sled over and put it on top of me.
They won't think to do that. They're dumb.
Oh!
Just because
Orm
they're
and
kids.
Yoli are like,
Wow.
Mr. Bolka, did you just say we are dumb?
Boys, quickly flip over the sled and protect yourselves.
There, see?
There.
All of our stuff's dumped
They
out
might
now.
be dumb, but they're obedient to their mom.
Terrible.
And Kappa will move forward, drawing out both of her hand axes. And she is going to attack and hit.
I'll bet it's slashing damage. Probably.
It is.
Who knows? Are we whispering again?
I don't know. It's a bad habit. It's a bad
We don't want the birds to
habit
hear
I
us in
have.
case they know we're here.
When you're in a Hitchcock movie, you whisper. It's a rule.
Okay, so Kappa
Good
deals
evening.
2 points of damage to the boys in front of her. And Vrix is going to roll to aid Kappa
Nice.
on her next attack, and he rolled an 8.
He has to have at least a +2 on his attack, right?
He does not. He has a +0, so he fails. So he flies up, and he's sitting next to him and goes, "All right, Kappa, you can holy fuck, look at all those birds."
They're so much bigger than he is.
Yeah,
That one just
exactly.
shot the same size of my body. Bolka, your turn.
This is so many birds. And he starts counting each of the birds to try and figure out how many there are.
All right, let's pause. Zach, I need you to count 1 to 2,000, please.
See how many rounds that takes me.
Yeah.
No, but the number keeps changing. I have to start over again. Valdeen shoots one, up, beginning again. Bolka is going to cast a spell on his mace that engulfs it in flames.
Nice.
It's the first time we've seen
And
this.
his hand is not burning. No, I think I did this with the Cabbage Patch Kid,
Yeah, I remember
that's
in
right,
the
okay.
tower.
but I don't know if I ever got to actually hit with it.
Sorry, the
The
Cabbage
Cabbage
Patch
Kid,
Kid.
yeah.
We
the-
all immediately knew what you meant, but
Right?
also
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just what I pictured. A baby made of cabbage.
Yeah. So that's your standard.
Yeah, that's my standard. Maybe I'd like to move next to Kappa. A step up, so I'm closer to Kappa and Gary a little bit.
Perfect. All right, top of round 2, we go back to Hatch, who is going to hop on top of Bolka's head. And he's going to throw his arms up like a red panda and go, and try and appear more menacing, boosting Bolka's attack. And he succeeds. Bolka, you have a +2 on your next melee attack.
An adorable +2.
An adorable +2.
Oh, but did Hatch mess up Bolka's fabulous hairdo? We hope not. It's
No, his
sturdy.
hair is
It's a
fine.
sturdy hairdo.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I'm still wearing the man bun, right?
No,
No.
never.
Poor Marge.
Gary's going to move
Marge is
up
having a rough
15 feet and attack with his cold iron longsword.
Yes, Gary, we have to have talk about this weapon you have later.
What? You like Faye now?
No, I do not like cold iron.
Ooh. Ooh.
So Gary moves up and misses, mostly in part to his missing fingies and his negatives imposed by that.
I am sorry, Gary.
Pretty sure we get a flanking bonus on the swarm now.
Nope, we don't. Stop it. Then we have the swarms. So we're going to go with
Who are they
swarm
engulfing?
number 2 gets to go first. Should we do Vasilisa and Valdeen or Marge and Ghost and Valdeen? Oh, Marge and Ghost, that's 3. I can get 3. I'm going to get 3.
Stay away from the ravens, Marigold. Oh, no. Marge, Ghost, and Valdeen get engulfed by ravens.
Yes, you guys get engulfed by ravens. And they're going to deal 1d6 points of damage.
Marge is going to use mounted combat and roll a right check to negate Ghost's damage.
Oh, wow.
Are you trying to figure out if that works for swarms because swarms are weird?
Is it only
The-
on an attack?
The look on James's face.
Once per round when your mount is hit in combat.
It's not a hit. Yes, not a hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just damage.
I do like the idea of Marge trying
If
And
you could
just
move
realizing-
out of the
Yeah,
square, if you could move away, that would be totally cool. That would be a thing that you could do if you had like an ability. That
Marge
did
is
that.
like, no, ghost. Only in Marge voice, not in my voice.
Is that
Imagine
how it would go?
Imagine that.
in Marge's voice.
Episode title: A Study in Swarms.
So ignore Marge's thing.
All right, Marge, Ghost, and Valdeen, you each take 5 points of damage.
Ouch! That was more than last time. That's okay. We're fine. We've got lots of HP.
Let's see.
You would take a lot of hits.
But we've got a cleric now. so
Yes,
we're
come at
good.
me, bro.
And we have wands.
Yeah, it would take 4 or 5 hits to kill Vasilisa.
The
is
other
interesting.
swarm
So many.
is going to move in on Kappa, Bolka, and Hatch.
Yeah,
Okay, it's
not
good. Leave the
me.
kids alone.
Gary and the kids are safe.
alone.
Hey,
I know, I'm just imagining
bird swarm.
James rolling for it or something and being like, the other swarm of ravens goes in on specifically the ratfolk children.
Yeah. I think they're hiding underneath the sled, though, so I think we're okay.
I think this one just wants to talk about timeshare opportunity. It
All
says
right.
once in lifetime opportunity.
All right.
It's really an
So,
unkindness.
Bolka, Hatch, and Kappa each take 3 points of damage.
We don't need no swarm of ravens.
Yes. That's great.
We can't help ourselves.
And then it's going to be Vasilisa's turn again.
Vasilisa is going to notice, very sadly, that these swarms are directly on top of her allies now. She really wants to burning hands them, but it would definitely burning hands her allies too.
Yep.
If we pull out the handy dandy cone templates,
Oh God.
is there an angle where Vasilisa could move and hit as few allies as possible?
If you move to
Because I only need to hit part of the swarm.
from where you are,
Mm-hmm.
you can fire it and only hit Valdeen.
Well, but you want to hit no one. I mean,
There isn't a spot where she can hit no one.
There theoretically is.
There's one spot.
There
she
is
goes behind
one
Marge.
square with no people on it
Yeah.
that's just got ravens on it because in their 10-foot
Oh, I see
square.
what you're saying.
So I would like to move and try to angle my cone to
you're just
only get
singeing
birds.
the. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're just
I see.
singeing the corner
I
of it.
see where it
I
is.
want to take advantage of these stupid cone rules for once. Damn it!
Right, make them work for
Yeah,
you
right
instead of
behind
again.
Marge,
Yeah.
and then
I can
Yeah,
pull
but
out the cool
it's
cone
20 feet.
that Amanda made me if I need to. Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm wasting most of my fire, but actually, I'm just smart.
it's just fire. It doesn't matter.
So I trudge with my snowshoes. I'm like, ha, ha, ha. I calculate angles real fast and then say my magic words and boom, fire. And I burning hands
Yeah.
the swarm that is attacking Marge and Ghost and Valdeen.
Love it.
You're just trying to. It's like a blowtorch on a marshmallow or a creme brulee or something. You just kind of
Yeah.
want to graze it.
I need a
Creme brulee.
reflex save from the swarm, please.
They fail.
Yes. So 150% damage,
Yes.
and the damage on the dice is 14.
So
So
21.
21 points of fire damage.
Describe how these birds get burnt and dispersed.
As birds are flying around my allies, being like, ha ha, we are ravens, and pecking away, they fly into the flames, the inescapable flames of Vasilisa's wrath, and just toasty, charred bits of feather fly everywhere, and they're magical, powerful flames to such an extent that there's no like cooked meat or anything. There's just the scent of burning feathers, and where there had been 1,000 ravens, there's a few little charred remnants of feathers, and that's it.
Nice.
That's the only sign that any ravens were ever there. And Vasilisa glances towards the other swarm and says, "See that, Najena? I am coming for you, or at least your birds."
Nice.
Ghost.
Okay, well, I suppose I can move up a couple. Marge will move up to the, I mean, it's only 10 feet, so her and Ghost will move up to the next swarm, and she will shield bash again. And then Ghost will again try to grab birds.
Careful not to hit Bolka.
Nice. A 23.
Hit.
Another 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And then Ghost
Grab one of those birds, Ghost.
22.
That'll also hit.
Yes. Ghost is eating raven today.
8 points of damage.
So much better than eating
And
crow.
it is a bite. Do I get a grapple or no?
It
Because
can't
it's
be.
not.
You
Okay,
can't.
I had
Yeah.
a feeling,
Yeah.
that that wasn't a thing. But
So so 4.
But you do disperse the swarm.
Hey!
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, that was still too easy. I think we should do it one more time.
Add another swarm.
Let me throw on the advanced creature
And
template.
then Zhena Vasilievna herself shows up.
I mean, you guys just. Do you want me to TPK? Is that what you're looking for?
No.
Stop it, guys. This is good. We're supposed to win. We're the heroes.
Marge just comes in with her shield and starts just waving it around wildly and knocks a bunch out of the
That's
air.
awesome.
And Ghost grabs, a couple of birds in their mouth when
Crunching. nom, 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 nom.
as they, go flying around and then they're like, yeah, and they fly away.
Dispersed.
Congratulations.
Guess
You've won.
Okay.
Bolka dispels his flaming.
Doesn't get to use it again.
Sorry, Volka.
Like, okay, I guess I
Yeah,
overreacted. Maybe I should have just
No,
Just
wait.
hang out. Just
Take
watch.
it
Let's
easy.
look closely. Winter witches can travel through snow.
What?
Like
what?
they disappear into the snow and travel through it and then pop out. Like
Can
it's
I
magical.
ask, why are you telling about this? This is the first time I'm
I
hearing this.
feel
Why are
as
you
though
telling
I've
us now?
said it before,
I
but
think
it's
you
You said
have,
mirrors.
back
You
in
mentioned
the
Yeah,
a bunch
back
of
in-
mirror stuff.
yeah,
but
I've
that's it.
mentioned it before.
Before we
they-
went to the
they
top.
travel.
Winter
they-
witches travel through snow and ice as though
Like
it
almost
were
instant.
nothing. Like,
Okay.
shoo.
Well, I'm going to roll a perception then.
It's
just to
common
see.
knowledge.
I'm looking around, paranoid, because I am paranoid.
And Vasilisa has made Marge paranoid.
It's contagious.
Valdeen's just paranoid anyway.
So Bolka takes another point of damage.
Why?
Okay.
And what did everybody get on your perception checks?
23 for Valdeen.
19 for Vasilisa.
21 for Ghost and 14 for Marge.
What's happening to
23 for both.
23 for Bolka.
Yeah, 23.
What's happening?
Uh-oh.
Is this damage from the birds or is this something different?
No.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I'm just so excited. It's only 1 point of damage.
No, but I mean, something's going on.
Yeah,
I don't
something's
like
going
it.
on.
Yeah.
I don't think you can tell.
Oh, shit.
Bolka definitely doesn't know.
Oh, shit. Does Bolka just feel not great?
When the swarm attacked, Bolka took another point of damage. And it would just blend in with that. And you feel sore all over just because that's how swarms work.
So is it a different source? Like, do I need to apply my DR again?
Ooh.
He has DR cold.
No, I just have DR.
Holy balls, that's right. He's special
So if it's a different...
in a way that's secret.
Unless you figured that secret out.
So if it was a
In
different
which case,
attack,
kudos.
it would apply again. But if it was part of that first
It's
bird attack... it would-
bonus damage.
Oh, okay. Then it
Oh,
would...
so it's part of the same.
So it's
Yeah.
part of the same attack. So I will take a little bit extra damage.
Interesting.
Okay. Cool. Unless these were cold iron birds. Are they cold
No,
iron
they're
birds?
not cold iron birds. Okay. No. But yeah, Bolka, you took an extra point of damage in there, and I don't think Bolka would have noticed. Not with a 23 at least on your own bodily feeling,
It
just
was
because
chaotic.
it was everywhere.
It was chaotic in there.
And nobody notices anything differently.
Okay.
The ground is covered with feathers and guts and shit.
Great.
Well,
Okay.
I think we should get
Check
out
on
of
the
the
kiddos.
open.
Are the kids okay? Are the kids...
Orm, Muley, are you okay?
Yeah, we're totally fine.
Okay, there's nothing to worry about. It was just
Okay, you
birds
can
having a bad
fix your
day.
sled now.
Okay.
Well, I think we should keep on moving, as fast as possible.
Yeah, we cannot stay where the ravens last saw us for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Why would Najina vis-a-vis send us the beta squad? These did not seem like very strong. I am a little insulted.
They are most likely just scouts doing their regular patrols.
Also, they know where
They
we are.
could be attached to any of the winter witches. Any white witch
Oh, dear.
could have sent them.
Well, yeah, I think we should get moving.
Or maybe any cleric working for a white witch. Like the one that Marge killed back at the Pale Tower.
If we are worried about cover, we could simply go back into the wood and work our way through the wood, but that is going to add days to our journey.
I think perhaps
Yeah.
we just
Let's press forward then.
Press
Just
forward.
Keep on
keep a
moving.
close eye out and remember those tarps that we failed to hide underneath the first time we met Kappa. We have some of those on one of the sleds, right?
Yes, of course. I
Okay,
brought
so
those.
we try to hide under Heidi tarps.
All right,
if
so-
we see ravens.
So we need to assign cardinal directions. Everyone needs to pick a different direction. That's where you watch the sky, and we'll have
Okay.
everybody keeping an eye out as
Let
we
me,
travel. That way, you
what
keep an eye
should be
before
my
we.
direction.
Okay, well, I'm
Oh.
facing straight ahead, so I suppose I'll just keep looking that way.
Which direction
I
is that?
believe straight ahead right now is northwest. Says my compass.
Oh yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, I mean, I'll trust you.
I'll look south because that's my cards seems to indicate south. So
Yes.
All right, I'll
and I
take-
will look this other way.
I'll take the other
betrayal
way.
often
Okay.
comes from behind, so it makes sense. I look south.
Well, maybe the kiddos can, sit backwards on the sled and just keep an eye
Yes.
behind us.
Yes, they
Sure.
will help me look behind, but we won't trust the ratful
Extra
children
eyes
to be
couldn't hurt,
the only
you know.
ones looking.
And Marge will attempt Scald to yell out to the kiddos, "Hey, can you look behind us and let us know if there's any other birds coming?"
Hey, Mom? Yes, what is it, children? Why does she want us to look in her butt for birds? She is just trying the language out. It is okay. She wants you to look behind us for birds.
Not in the behind,
Oh.
but to our rear.
That
you
makes
know.
way more sense. Yes, I know. And she pats them on the head. They situate themselves in the sled and face backwards.
Nice.
Maybe
Let's
you can
go.
play a game that once Marge taught to me. It is called
I Spy.
Yes, that one. And you can tell us if you spy anything that looks like a bird, or perhaps a witch that is not me.
Okay. So you guys fall back in line? Same order moving forward now that you guys have
Yes.
been accosted by 2,000 fucking birds?
Is
Yeah.
everyone okay, by the way? Some of you have pecks on your skin. You are
just some
bleeding a
scratches
little.
and stuff. It's
oh
not
no!
bad.
Do we have people
Hey,
that are damaged?
I'm all right.
Other than
Oh, yeah,
you,
no,
Bolka, you're bleeding from your forehead right there.
oh,
got
barely,
picked.
barely.
Oh, I don't think we need anything special right now. It's just some scratches.
Okay, it's your
you know,
choice, but when a witch pops out of the snow to kill us, it's your fault if you
Well,
die.
that's
and
when
it's
I
not
think
me.
we need the healing.
Well, you need the healing so that you're prepared for the witch to pop out of the snow. They don't give you, warning first.
But we're walking while we say this.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yes.
We are now walking.
Crunch, 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 and probably just like a tiny bit faster.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Just pick up the pace just a little
yeah,
bit.
we don't want to be where that happened. So we hustle.
You hustle.
Let's go.
You go. As you guys end the near of your first day, you find a small cluster of trees to start making up camp.
Nice.
What does camp look like for everybody?
Well, I think Marge is going to go find some firewood just so that way we can cook before we put the fire out, because we don't want to leave that burning too long, I'm sure. But she's going to put up her hood so she looks like a creature who's supposed to be in this forest rather than a ratfolk walking around.
There's a cute little.
So you look
Yeti-
like a
Yeti
mythical
wandering around.
yeti, but you
Yeah,
look like the
I'm
tiniest,
a little
cutest.
mythical yeti. I'm like a yeti kid.
I feel like it's still a curious sight, though.
I love it.
One of the things they establish in book 2 is the process of setting up a camp. In order to establish a camp to provide shelter and building a fire to stay warm, this requires a successful DC 15 survival check and an hour of effort. A result of 20 or higher reduces this time to less than an hour. Once a camp is established, characters inside shelters can remove their cold weather gear, study, pray, and rest to recover damage. So who wants to be camp lead?
So Valdeen has a vest of endure elements, so he is not feeling the cold in any way. It doesn't affect him. So he would.
Marge doesn't feel the cold
Yeah, you don't
either
feel
with
it
her
either.
yeti. But I've got a pretty decent survival.
I feel like Marge is the camp.
Sure. I just think
Leader.
Mom.
Valdeen's going to help out until everybody else is settled. So Valdeen's not going to set up his own stuff or make sure everyone else is set.
So
He's not
everybody roll
impacted
to
by it.
aid Marge.
Well, quick question: what is Kappa's survival? Because she also, I could see hers being
yeah.
really high.
She has a +8.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Should be a good.
I feel like
Like
Kappa
she's
is
kind of been
camp
leading.
leader.
She does this like every week.
yeah.
All right,
That
Kappa's
makes so much
camp
sense.
leader.
Yeah.
Everyone
We'll
else
roll
roll
to
to aid.
Oh, what's nice
She
is
gets
my
an
aid
aid
is a good
from
one.
me.
Okay.
Nice.
I got an 11.
Natural 20 on the aid.
Marge rolled an 8, but I have a +8. to my roll. So I definitely aid, but I give her a +4 instead of a +2.
Did you aid?
Yeah, natural 20.
2
Plus 5.
4 from Marge.
6
2 from Vasilisa.
8
2 from Valdeen.
10. Let's see if Gary can aid. And Hatch and Vrix.
We're gonna set up camp so fucking fast.
Because
gonna
it's
be-
not good so far. Kappa rolled a 3.
Oh!
But she has a plus, you said 8?
We're down 2 right now. We need another +2.
Gary
So
needs to
Gary,
aid, and then we'll
Vrix,
make it.
or Hatch need to aid.
All
Yeah,
right.
okay, we've got this, guys.
We can do it. We can do it.
One of them aids.
Oh,
All
thank God.
right.
So we just make 15. It is going to take the full hour to set up, but
Okay.
there are worse things in life.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's a little copse
Fine.
of trees. It's hard. We got this.
While we're setting up, my focus is kind of everyone's mental well-being. I'm just kind of checking on everyone slowly, one by one, making sure, seeing how everyone's doing. How is anyone going crazy? That kind of thing. Probably starting with the kids.
Hi, Mr. Bolka.
Oh, hello, kids.
How are you?
Good. You're okay, right? This is a fun adventure, yes?
Yeah. It's all right.
Good. Your mom is doing a very good job.
Oh, good.
It was a bad roll just now, but ignore that.
Yeah, it's okay. She's under a lot of stress.
Yes, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of us are.
How are you, Mr. Bolka?
Oh, very good.
Good. I like your hair.
Thank you.
It looks different than normal.
I can tell you a secret,
Oh, yeah, we love secrets.
but you cannot tell anyone,
What about,
especially
we can
not.
tell Mom, though, right?
No, and especially not Hatch or Vrix.
Okay.
But I had Valdeen do my hair. He did good job.
He did do a good job. Do you think he would do my hair?
Yes, perhaps, but I think in secret,
Okay.
I think he is afraid that maybe Vrix will make fun of him.
That's fair. I'll sneak up on him while he's sleeping.
That will end well, I think.
Okay, cool. If anything goes wrong, I'll blame you.
Valdeen, you should give me your gun again. Just in case.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you guys spend an hour. You get camp set up. How do you guys want to handle watches at night?
That's
Because
what
we
makes
all
me
know we
nervous.
need that.
I don't think it's
We all
important.
need.
You,
we
at the very
might
least,
wanna
need
kill
someone
people.
to keep the fire stoked.
Right. And we might want to have 2
We
people
need
at a
at
time.
least 2 people to be awake at any given moment. First, we have people who do not need to worry about spell casting.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Well, that sounds like
maybe.
that's me.
So you
Valdeen.
and someone else
Gary?
who you trust to watch with you. Gary is a good choice.
Okay, yeah.
Ian Scald, I shall ask. Valdeen, do you know enough Scald to converse with Gary if attack happens?
I think this would be a really good opportunity for me and Gary
You can
to practice
teach
our
each other
spell.
languages,
Sure,
yes,
sure. I can teach
okay.
them a little common and
But do we not trust Gary to do...
good. I like this idea.
We trust Gary to do his own watch, though, right? Could be alone.
No, here's
No,
the
no-
thing,
none of us can
Bolka.
be
We
alone
have really
for
bad
watch.
experiences
Yeah.
with lone watches. Not good. They are a bad idea.
Oh my goodness, this sounds like...
Last time they did that,
Vrix,
I'm not supposed to talk
I'm
about
just
it.
saying when
It's
you
okay,
bring it up, it makes certain of us want to kill sprites. That is all. And so it is for your
Marge
own
looks down
good
and
that
kinda
I
twiddles her
maybe
fingers.
remind you that is bad idea to bring up.
Okay, I was just trying to set the stakes here, but fine.
Okay, here. Why don't you lean into Bolka and speak in Sylvan and tell him exactly why we need more than one person.
All right, Bolka. So last time there was only one person on watch. It was Valdeen, and he dropped the ball. He got a face full of like sand, and he was blind and incapacitated. And then everybody else failed to wake up, and it's all Valdeen's fault that they let one of the bad guys, you know, one of those evil thing. Not like me, I'm totally fine. But like one of
No, you are evil too.
Oh well, one of the other ones came in, and so Marge, right? And he points very obviously at Marge, and you all hear him say,
Bolka looks and nods.
So like there were 2 of them, right?
Two Marges.
Yeah. Well, one was like had a penis.
Oh, her husband who...
Yes. Yeah.
He died days ago.
Yeah, that night that Valdeen got a face full of color spray from one of those fucking
Evil Fae.
worse sprites than me. Yeah, her husband died that night. And ever since then, they don't like to have people be alone.
It's fair. So I will be alone on my watch with the evil fae.
No, I think that is like I am saying. Vrix does not count as full person, half person for watch.
Well, here's what I do not know. Is there anyone, Vrix, that could possibly show up that, like, would be more powerful than us that you would be friends with? Like, if a white witch shows up, would you just, like, side with them and be like, oh, hey,
No.
good to see you?
Why would I do that?
Because you are self-interested.
But you guys are my friends now.
Yes, but to evil people that matters little.
Oh.
Vrix,
Good
Vrix,
job, Bolka.
I think perhaps maybe Vrix and Bolka should not keep watch together. I feel as though they are bad influences upon each other.
Well, I actually...
Vrix, Vrix,
Can-
you are our friend, yes. In fact, you're a family to Hatch.
Can I be on watch with and he looks around at everyone. No. No.
I'm
And he reaches up
sorry,
and he touches his ear. Nope.
It was an accident. I just wanted to blind you. God.
I know I'm evil and have all my self-interest. So, in the interest of myself, can I be on watch with either Valdeen or Bolka?
Yes.
And he looks very sheepish about asking.
No, I would like to.
Vrix.
I would like to take Vrix on watch with
Okay.
me.
Do you also want Hatch? Because if you take Hatch for watch, maybe I can hold Hatch
I
like a
thought-
snuggle buddy while he sleeps.
No, I thought we weren't allowed to be on watch together because of a prank.
No, not alone together.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, then
Goodness.
who are you going to be with, Vasilisa?
I mean, I could be with you, or Kappa, or Gary, or Valdeen. Am I in high demand over here?
Well, you know, you've got Valdeen and Gary's,
Okay, Valdeen and,
then-
Gary,
Yeah.
and Bolka and the Fae,
and then
And
Marge
then-
and Kappa,
Marge and Kappa.
and then it's you by yourself.
No, but with Hatch, you and Hatch are a cute couple.
he is a nicer domovoy than the ones I grew up with, so...
So Valdeen and Gary, Marge and Kappa, Vasilisa and Hatch, Bolka and Vrix.
I go at the end
sounds
with
good to me.
Okay, fine.
I think we've decided. Let's
Wait,
get
so
started.
I'm
Valdeen-
not forgetting anyone, am I?
Valdeen and Gary
Set up with dinner.
are first watch.
Language barrier, but might be entertaining, yes.
Yes, okay. Second watch is Marge and Kappa.
Got the whole twisted backstory lesbian thing.
Yes, very good. Third watch is Bolka
wow.
and Vrix.
Yes, I want to kind of spend some time with this evil fae.
Maybe you ask Ghost to join that watch too. Wake you up if anyone eats anybody or something.
You know, I can do that.
Okay, yes, okay. Fourth watch is Vasilisa and Hatch.
Which is adorable. That is
And
very sweet.
that's 8 hours, right?
Sure.
Actually, did I tell you how many good berries I made?
Oh, no.
There are 21.
Oh, that's a lot.
So that should get us through a few days on the road. In fact, those of you who are hurt right now could eat a good berry and feel a little bit better, and also that counts as dinner. So there you go. We actually might run out of food if we don't supplement because it's a 9-day trip, though.
Yeah.
So are we sleeping? What are we doing now?
We're doing watch
We're
and
moving
sleep.
into watches.
Yeah.
Yep.
Watches.
So who's going first? Oh, yeah.
Valdeen.
that's-
Valdeen and Gary. Valdeen, do you want to have any conversation with Gary? Are you guys just going back and forth,
I
teaching
think
each other words?
We're just teaching basic words and trying to understand each other for a little while. And then also
Cool.
just there's natural pauses and just
Yeah.
listening
Yeah.
and looking around. We're probably checking to see, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll do
give me
perimeter walk.
your 2-hour perception check.
Yada. 25 for Valdeen.
25 for Valdeen, and Gary gets 13. You guys don't see anything on your watch. Passes by uneventful. Towards the end, Gary goes and wakes up Kappa and Marge, and you guys head off to your respective tents and
Okay.
take off your cold weather gear and cozy in.
With each other. Respective tents.
Respective tents,
sorry.
yeah.
At my own tent.
Kappa and Marge, how's your guys' watch go?
I don't know that Marge would be particularly conversational unless Kappa wants to ask questions.
Kappa's just working on some needlepoint.
I want to know what Kappa is needle pointing.
Not great. 14 for Marge.
And pretty low for Kappa. But nothing happens on your guys' watch. It all goes by pretty easily.
Okay.
And at the end of your 2 hours, you guys go and you.
I will wake up Ghost. Okay, Ghost, now, stay with Bolka. See Bolka there? Or just let me know if anything goes on. And then I can roll for Ghost and...
Mr. Bolka. Mr. Bolka.
Oh, you're waking me up.
Hello.
Oh,
it is time for your watch.
It's time for watch number 3. Okay,
Yes, you
okay.
got this, Mr. Bolka.
How's my hair? I've been sleeping for like 4 hours.
You will, it will be, no one's gonna look at you. Okay. You're with Rix and Ghost and they will not care about your hair.
You are very kind. So on my watch with Vrix,
Yeah.
I'm looking for signs of potential redemption. Like, I'm gonna hang out with him and see, like, I know he's evil, but I'm gonna see if, like, he's in the last couple days, is he starting to change at all?
So that's interesting that you ask that because Vrix was actually looking to try and talk to you or Valdeen on their watch. And Vrix will actually, like, bring it up with you. He's like, hey, so you're, like, good, right? Like, you're what these people would consider to be, like, a good guy, right?
And Bolka winks at him and, like, makes the halo appear over his head.
Oh, shit. So you're, like, super good. Oh, perfect. So, like, they keep calling me, evil, and I don't really like that. Like, I get it, like, in my own interest, and yeah, I'm gonna protect me, but, like, is it evil that, like, I would kill somebody to, like, protect them?
Oh no, that is different.
Because, like, I don't know, maybe if, like, someone threatened them, I'd, like,
That is not...
kick their ass or something.
Yeah, no, kicking ass and killing is not necessarily the evil part. It is not having the ability to care about others.
Oh.
So if you do care about someone else, then that is
I mean, like,
the opposite.
Hatch is, like, a good guy, and he's always been kind of a narc, but, like, I see the way they treat him, and I'm kind of jealous about it. And I think it's because Hatch is, like, kind and nice, and I think I want to be more like that. I'll mess someone up if they, like, make fun of you or any of these long, lanky fuckers. But, like, yeah, I don't want them to get hurt.
Well, it's all about motive and intention. So if it's because you actually care about these other living things, then that is not an evil place to be coming from.
Huh.
Perhaps you are not hopeless?
This whole thing is pretty hopeless. I mean, you guys are going up against the fucking queen.
Yes, no, but I mean, like, your soul,
I'm
your soul.
happy with, like, dying for that, I guess.
They don't have souls.
Oh, that's right, we don't have souls. I guess I mean soul is kind of a metaphor anyway, like how you're acting as an entity, as a being on Galarian.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't like it when bad things happen to these people, and, like,
That sounds like compassion.
I would be sad if, like, the little rat children died.
That does not sound evil.
What if I also want to, like, tie Vasilisa's shoelaces together because she cut off one of my ears?
That sounds like almost not even proportionate response. It sounds like less than proportionate response.
Oh, so you're saying I should cut off one of her ears and that would be okay?
Well, but the problem is her ear is much bigger, so that you get into another inequality.
What about,
situation
like,
there.
her earlobe?
Yes, I think is more fair.
Okay. You have a knife I could borrow?
I have... wait, no, we should not do this. We should not do this.
No, well, no, because it's good,
I
right?
have a dagger, but
I'll
no.
borrow your dagger, I'll cut off her earlobe, and that's a good trade.
I'm having trouble arguing with the logic of this.
Vasilisa is going to
Wow.
kill either Bolka or Vrix. It could go either way right now.
I think perhaps, though, Vasilisa might not share your sense of equity, and I might not think this is such a fair deal. She probably will just kill you. Now, it's good to know that you're feeling compassion, but I think right now half the party probably thinks we'd be better off without you.
Oh.
So I would still be careful, tread lightly, as they say. Maybe wait
So-
on the ear slicing.
Well, then, but if they all don't like me,
no, some of
why-
them do.
yeah, but like half of them, right? I mean,
Well, I think that the jury is out. You know what I mean? Like, no, we have not made a solid decision on if you are going to betray us and cause us great problems in the future, or if you are actually going to be helpful. You seem to be being helpful, but this is a very guarded group.
So if I'm more helpful, they will know that I don't want to betray them, and that I would betray other people I've known for them.
I suppose they did ask you to be a betrayer.
Like, if I had to, kill one of the other sprites that I, shared a closet with, they would like to know that.
It's not so much who you kill.
They would want me to stay around if I would kill for them.
It's only about your motivations and intentions. You're not just a machine.
My motivations and intentions are that I want to be part of this group.
Oh, that is very sweet.
And I'm willing to murder to get that.
Unfortunately, we do end up having to murder. When I first met you, I detected on you just straight evil. I'm glad that it seems like that maybe is not as strong as it was those many hours ago.
I mean, I see the way that they treat Hatch, and he seems happy. I don't know if I've ever been happy. He seems that he's enjoying himself, and people are nice to him, and he smiles, and the only time I've ever smiled is when my enemies get their comeuppance.
Oh no,
I'd like to feel smiley for other reasons.
We're from Irison. This world is very harsh. You know how hard the world can be, and support system sometimes is the only barrier of protection against such a harsh world.
What's that?
People that will care about you and look out for you. Sometimes you cannot do everything for yourself.
That's a thing?
Yes.
Huh.
The redemption of Fricks.
It all starts with love.
All you need is love.
You guys pick the most litigious estates to steal from.
I know. Can't do the Beatles.
Cut the mic.
All you need is affection. Bum, 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 bum. All you need is understanding. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da.
Great Bolka's bosom.
Okay.
All you need is like is all you need.
Do you want me to roll a perception?
Yeah, we should roll perceptions.
13.
Cool.
12. Ghost only got a 12,
This is
though.
right here.
Vrix got a 15. Vrix is busy contemplating, and he's staring into the middle distance,
That's
thinking
good.
about his life.
I feel like that was a good step, though, for him.
And towards the end of your guys' 2 hours, you see Vrix go into his little hut for a couple minutes, and he comes out, and he goes over, and he shakes Vasilisa a little bit. Hey,
How hard is it to...
Grabs her earlobe.
But
imagine. So it's like our little puppy son Nova, pawing you a little bit.
Okay. Right. Vasilisa's been on edge, so I think she wakes up. What? What's happening?
It's
Are we under attack?
no. It's your turn for watch.
Oh.
I made you this cup of tea.
I like tea. I like tea better than coffee. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is this...
I hope you have a good watch. I will see you in a couple hours because I respect your personal space and understand that you do not enjoy my company. And he flies off into his little house, and you see the lights turn off in all the separate little rooms one by one.
Vasilisa would like to do a check to see if Bolka charmed Vrix while they were keeping watch.
Yeah, give me a sense motive.
I would...
I think halfway through that he paused and checked an index
checked
card
his
and
hand.
I love your big D20.
Isn't it great? It's great.
18 plus 6 is...
He seems oddly genuine about it.
Okay.
Probably make you pretty uneasy.
That was... And she sniffs
He
her
doesn't
tea.
seem charmed or anything either.
I think maybe this isn't even poisoned. What
It
is...
isn't even poison.
Bolka, did he spit in my tea? Do you know what is going on?
Oh no! This is why I wanted to be on watch with him. He is going. I think he might try to be good soon.
Well,
Less evil. He's trying to be less evil.
okay. Well, in that case, I should give him a housewarming present.
And Vasilisa takes out one of her not magical berries, which is probably big enough that it's like half of Frick's, and she puts it gently on his doorstep. There, housewarming present. He can do whatever he wants with that. He tried baking the other day. Maybe he made some berry tart. I don't know.
That is very sweet of you.
Vrix woke me up. Are we waking up Hatch?
You look over, and Hatch was being used as your pillow.
Yeah, I thought that was with you.
Oh, Hatch. It is our turn to keep watch. Bolka,
Okay.
you can use my tent.
Oh,
It's
thank you.
nice and warm from me and Hatch kept it quite warm, toasty.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Good night, Mr. Bolka.
I'm going
Have
to
a good watch.
I'm going to
Thank you.
draw my Harrow card for the day if it counts as the new day.
Yeah.
Do it.
May the gods not color
The
spray you.
Winged Serpent. It's a lawful good card
Nice.
of the Suit of Stars. And it's a pretty winged serpent. It's got rainbow wings. So I could add a bonus on my wisdom check today for my heart.
Perception?
How did your watch go?
Hatch got really good.
Speaking of, let's see, before I get my result, but after I roll, if I want to add.
Hatch got a 24.
I'm counting on Hatch. I got a 10.
Cool.
So, it's cold and dark.
Hatch does a great job. Keep him watch. The rest of the night passes into the morning, and at the end of your watch, the sun starts to come up. Everyone is kind of awoken after having a very good night's of sleep, not really interrupted by anything, and you all see the warm morning light start to break over the camp. Day 1. Officially done out of 9.
Let's go.
Okay, so you guys have 8 more days ahead of you, and we're gonna figure out what those 8 days are gonna hold in the future episodes of the podcast.
Press start.
That is wonderful.
Hey, maybe this night is the most sleep you guys are ever gonna get for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Cherish it. Don't look at, oh no,
The
what's
best
coming
night
up.
ever.
Look at, wow, what a great night we all had.
Kill a witch, though.
All right.
Maybe next time, Bolka.
No, well, Bolka doesn't want to kill a witch.
Oh, okay.
Zach wants to kill a witch.
Maybe next time, Zach.
Thanks for listening to the Dimension Door podcast. As always, a hearty thank you to our executive producers, Callie Rose and David Lester. Our amazing editor, Zac Kreitler, is also our resident composer. Our bumper tracks are from MDK Music, and we use some spell effects from Syrinscape. If you're not listening to it already, and you should be, check out Severed Fate, our horror-themed campaign run by Amanda. The lovely Elizabeth has been working diligently on transcribing our episodes. Transcripts for this episode will be live soon on our website. And don't forget, there are plenty of ways to support us. Simple purchases of our dope merch, supporting us on Patreon for bonus content, using our affiliates Metallic Dice Games and Alchemist's Fire Barbecue with promo code Dimension Door, and the simplest of all, leaving a review on Podchaser. For more details on all of this and more, check out our show notes.